Say it's Tanesha's tip. Coming all three speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured. They all getting featured. Say it's Tanesha's tip. Coming all three speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured. Yeah. It's your girl Tanesha, straight magic. The greatest book reviews, let's get at it. She not here to offend, she just honest.
Hi, and welcome to Tanesha's Tips. Today we are going over Amazon's first reads. We have 9 books to choose from, so 8 plus a bonus short read that they always give us. I must say, last month I actually chose As Far as She Knew by Diane Awad, and that book was really, really good. I enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. So if you're interested, go and check that out. First book is the bonus short read, and it's called The Replacements by Liv Constantine. Now, I have several of her books, but I have not read them yet. However, something tells me this is going to be pretty good. And let's see. The synopsis goes as such. A Hollywood icon struggling to revive her career befriends a gifted newcomer with a secret agenda in a twisty short story about the true price of fame by a New York Times bestselling author. Once Hollywood royalty, Veronica Van Arden has been upstaged by box office flops and tabloid gossip. But when she lands a role in promising film, a comeback finally seems possible, especially with the support of her young and adoring co-star, Sienna Vale. As Veronica weathers a new scandal, Sienna stays firmly by her side, a bright spot in Veronica's days. But as Veronica welcomes her protege into every part of her life, they both might find that the brightest lights cast the darkest shadows. Okay, that might be pretty good. And it's a supposedly 90-minute mystery, thriller, and suspense short story. That's interesting. The next book is Two Lives with You, and it's by Lauren Ho, and it's women's fiction. The synopsis. Who knew flirting with your husband who doesn't know he's your husband could be this romantic? By Mindy Kaling. What if they never married? For an overwhelmed husband and wife, that what if wish comes true in an emotional and bittersweet novel about choices, sacrifice, and the love that they might lose forever. When Dana and Nigel got married, they had no promise. After 16 years, the cracks are showing. Dana is burned out ER nurse, and Nigel is a recently unemployed stay-at-home dad whose professional identity is disappearing. Questioning the directions their lives have taken, Dana and Nigel are each granted a wish from a mysterious stranger. For 1 week, they can escape the pressure of their lives in favor of ones in which they never married. Waking up in an alternate reality where their youthful individual dreams have come true is at first a marvel. When they meet by chance in Bali, Dana recognizes Nigel instantly, but he feels only an inexplicable connection to his stranger. And they discover there is a catch to their wishes. Returning to normal and to long-haul love they vowed would be forever won't be as easy as they thought. As the clock ticks down, Dana and Nigel face an impossible choice that will test the very foundation of their relationship and alter their lives forever. Interesting. That could be pretty good. I don't know. Next book, Murder by Design by Lee Goldberg. This is a police procedural. In a world carefully constructed for murder, solving crimes takes a keen mind and eye and a witty, clever, and fresh reinvention of the whodunit by number one New York Times bestselling author Lee Goldberg. Edison Bixby is wealthy, handsome, and due to a traumatic brain injury, impulsively rude. He's also a brilliant insurance investigator who solves baffling crimes by figuring out how the design of the man made world around us made them possible. Enter Wally Nash, a struggling actor hired to keep Bixby from offending everyone he meets. Their first case together looks like a simple accident. Caroline Crowley took a nasty fall down a staircase at a shopping mall in front of dozens of witnesses. Video clearly shows the deadly misstep, but Bixby is certain she was murdered by design, subtly manipulated into causing her own demise. The mall itself made the crime intentional, if not inevitable. Now Bixby must prove his outrageous theory before a very cunning killer gets others on his hit list to murder themselves too. Interesting. So this is book 1, Edison Bixby. Okay. That has potential. I'm not mad at that. Usually I don't enjoy police procedurals, but that has a good little premise. The next book, The Promise of Wonder, Howell Trilogy Book 1. This is a historical fiction book. It's by Katherine Webb. A tragic accident, a misguided accusation. Are some mistakes unforgivable? England, 1889. In her family's rambling manor house in Dorset, 15-year-old Theodora Howell dreams of magic, adventure, and Toby Merriweather. As Toby prepares to leave for university, Theo plans a midnight gathering, one last chance to make Toby notice her. By dawn, a tragic mistake will shatter the world as they know it. Years later, Toby has built a respectable life in London, scarred by the past but determined to put it behind him. Theo, struggling with the aftermath of what happened, has begun to fear that the life she has built is more fragile, and under the shadow of that fateful night, until a startling discovery casts what happened in a whole new light and offers a chance to right the wrongs that have haunted them for so long. Spanning 3 decades, The Promise of Wonder is a spellbinding story of lost love, atonement, and the long journey towards forgiveness. The next book, The Confession Artist. This is a thriller. It's by Christine Cabo. A Montana ex-cop becomes the target of a vengeful killer's viral guessing game in a propulsive novel of suspense by a best-selling and award-winning author. A killer dubbed the Confession Artist is posting sketches of potential victims on their social media. A paranoia spreads as strangers across the nation admit their sins, fearing the consequences. You have 6 days to confess or die. Then former cop and first-year PI Crosby Mitchell sees a sketch that bears a striking resemblance to her. How can that be? She's a nobody from Flatland Valley, Montana. Crosby dismisses it as an unnerving coincidence. If not for one unmistakable detail that makes the threat hard to ignore. When the FBI is contacted, they are convinced that Crosby is the next target. So is she? Crosby has 6 days left to confess up online to something plaguing her conscience. But even if she wanted to play the killer's game, she has more than one secret. And if she never dares to expose them for the world to see, the truth will destroy her. That's exactly what the Confession Artist wants. Interesting. Not mad at it though. The Magic of Us by Beth, Merlin, Danielle, Modafferi. When a magic spell rewrites her past, a love skeptic radio host must decide whether to protect her heart or finally risk it. Elliot West has built her brand on rejecting love. On her hit radio show, she trashes fairy tale endings and insists happily ever afters are nothing more than marketing ploy. Cynicism sells, and for Elliot, it's paid off big time. But when a mysterious tarot card reader casts a spell on her, Elliot laughs it off until she wakes up the next morning in a life she doesn't recognize. Leo, her summer fling, is suddenly her boyfriend, as if they never said goodbye. Soon, a family wedding in Belize forces Elliot to confront all the reasons she swore off love in the first place, between dodging old wounds, navigating her mother's fourth trip down the aisle, and making sense of a reality where she and Leo picked up where they left off. Elliot starts to question everything. Torn between the life she's built and a love she never believed in, Elliot must decide if this new reality is the second chance she didn't know she was waiting for. For me, no. The Girl in the Lake, a novel. Department of Unexplained Phenomenon, Book 1, by Lauren Oliver. A young girl who claims to remember a past life draws a psychologist into a decades-old mystery in a haunting novel of suspense by New York Times bestselling author Lauren Oliver. Kate Willis, consultant for the Division of Perpetual Studies and the University of Virginia, is tasked with interviewing 6-year-old Henley Haskell about the girl's alleged past life recollections. The evaluation also marks a return for Kate to Stockbridge, Massachusetts, and to troubling recollections of her own. Here, 24 years ago, Kate's friend Becca McGuire vanished from her bunk at a now shuttered summer camp and was never seen again, presumably drowned in Lake Squacomet. But the mystery of her disappearance is only deepening because Henley's memories of her other life are the ones that only belong to Becca. For Kate, Henley's recurring suffocating nightmares and her disturbing illustrations of places she has never been seem to spell out the unbelievable. Somewhere, somehow, the truth about what really happened to Becca is locked inside this little girl. As Henley's uncanny memories surface, so do old secrets, each one drawing Kate inexorably back to the terrible long ago summer by the lake. Now, let me tell you, I can get into this one. This might be pretty good. So I'm going to mark this one on my list of maybes. And the next book is called Westerly. It's by Susan Donovan Bernhard, and it's women's fiction. In an unforgettable saga of survival, motherhood, sisterhood, and the secrets that haunt us, one desperate decision creates a fault line that spans decades and threatens to break a family wide open. In 1946, two German sisters, child refugees in a program dubbed Operation Shamrock, arrive in Ireland to live in a foster care while Europe recovers from war. Nearly 50 years later, on a fateful day in a bustling Maine farmhouse, an Irish newspaper clipping threatens to unravel Faye Sullivan's carefully constructed life with husband William and daughters Maeve and Molly, a life already on the brink of collapse. When tragedy strikes and the Sullivans grapple with a cascade of buried secrets, Faye must confront the truth of a childhood summer in West Cork marked by adventure, heartbreak, and life-altering decision that now jeopardizes everything she holds dear. And while their bonds may not be what they seem, those bonds might be the one thing strong enough to help the broken Sullivan family navigate the truth and find their way forward together. Okay. From Germany to Ireland to coastal Maine, this tender family saga explores identity, reconciliation, and the true meaning of home. Not for me. But who knows? This next book, The Quitters Club, a novel by Jessica Strawser. Sorry. Okay, so Jessica Strawser delivers a thought-provoking, life-affirming novel about the things we keep, what we leave behind, and the courage it takes to, well, quit. The Quitters Club is an ode to female friendship and the liberating truth that defining life on your own terms isn't failure, it's freedom. A 5-star must-read by an unforgettable voice. This is Kristen Woodson Harvey, New York Times bestselling author of Summer State of Mind. From From the USA Today bestselling author of The Last Caretaker comes a hopeful and empowering novel about the messy beauty of female friendship and the deep courage it takes to rebuild a life at any age. When four ride or die friends reunite for a getaway, they're desperate for a break, a chance to reconnect, but each is hiding deeper reason why. Marie feels like an imposter teaching how to say no seminars while her marriage has evolved into something she never said yes to. Brooke's most heartfelt goal, motherhood, is proving out of reach. Lucy's dream career has broken her spirit, possibly for good, and Collins feels trapped in grief by her late husband's legacy. All their lives, they've encouraged each other not to give up, but they can't do this anymore. Now, at a breaking point, they may make a pact, quit, and help each other through the fallout. At first, it's positively liberating. A husband gets a much needed wake up call. A singles retreat is a widow's perfect escape. A very public career exit becomes a never too late return to college, and a childless life becomes a bold new plan to travel the world. But letting go will be more complicated than they imagined. Confronting hard truths about love, loss, and starting over, these four women must discover what's worth fighting for and what's truly best left behind. Interesting concept. I'm okay with quitting. If it ain't for you, it ain't for you. I just don't know if I want to read this. So that was the last book for the Amazon's Best Read. And so far, the bonus read, of course, The Replacements, and The Girl in the Lake. It seems to be winning out for me. And then the second closest one, I think, will be the police procedural, Murder by Design, Lee Goldberg, because that got me. And then if I have to get another one, The Confession Artist. But you could get one of these for free, and then if you have Amazon Unlimited, I'm sure you can read them while they're listed. And I think they're no more than $1.99 the whole month if you want to add to whatever you choose as your Amazon first reads. Anyway, I am probably going to choose The Replacements and The Girl in the Lake. What will you choose? Let me know. Do these sound interesting to you? I'm pretty intrigued. Until next time, bye.
Bringing ways that may leave you astonished. And plus she do shows. She cover all like hands, knees, and toes. Don't lollygag, no, she just rolls. And it's on to the next one, on to a fresh one. Said it's on to the next one, on to a fresh one. Tanesha's tip coming all 3 speakers. Good honest reviews, book shows, and the movies all getting featured.